I'm literally just going through a review of a little experiment that we did last week. Started the experiment on Tuesday, made money Saturday, made money Sunday, made money Monday. And I'm not talking about life-changing money, but what I'm talking about is enough money to take notice and maybe to listen to how this could help you too. Um, and reviewing how I could do it better. See, we have a philosophy and it's cliched as hell, right? Which is progress, not perfection. Now, whenever we have an idea about something, what we tend to do is insulate that idea inside of beliefs and thoughts to try to get that idea as perfect as possible, to become as ready as possible before we launch it, because we obviously want it to go well, right? And the perception of what well is obviously tethered to beliefs about money, beliefs about our brand, beliefs about our identity, beliefs about the marketplace. And so all of these beliefs start to, I guess, bring this excitement down to reality. And ideas often get stuck between conception and execution. And on Tuesday last week, I had an idea, and along with a couple of other guys, I launched a an example for me, and it was basically how we're running mini money workshops to make five figures. Had an idea, had a thought, and then we put it into play. Now, I'll share with you an example in just a second of where it started and how it went. And I want to share with you another framework that may resonate with you. Uh, by the way, if you're interested in running mini money workshops and accessing the training, just comment workshop below and I'll send you the information and you can have a look at it. Might be useful to you, or you can attend our next live event, which will probably be next week. So just let us know. Um, so this whole thing about this idea. So we had this idea, and I'm thinking to myself, as experts, there's a lot of experience and expertise that you have. And often what we do is we keep it to ourselves, right? We become the marketplace's best kept secret. Best kept secret. You probably have a lot of value up here somewhere, uh, and you're waiting for the right time or the right place. So I just want to give you an idea of how this started and where it went. Let me flip this. So as you can see, that is as sexy as it was. And we basically just turned these slides into a couple of ideas using a framework that we have put together. I put a little pitch together and I just sent an email out to a few people. Normally, we would get a lot more of a response, but um, it was an experiment. So we had about 133 people registered, and we actually only had about 23 people show up because I did it on a Saturday, just wanted to try it out. We made a few sales on, and we're starting to trickle through and make a few more sales this week as a result. So it's probably going to yield around about 5,000 US dollars in sales. And obviously, we're now turning into other things. But let me just give you a quick example of why this is really important. So I'm going to try my best here to draw and do this. That's a chart. And now your idea, most people have an idea, okay? And most people want to turn that idea into income. And there are really a kind of like three phases. And this here, we call this the GPL, which is your get paid line. And most people never make it past the get paid line because they get stuck in these three zones, right? Zone one is what we call the internal zone, where we have an idea and we want to design the thing that we're excited about to design it, right? So to design it, we want to make sure we come up with the perfect content and branding and style guides and all of these things, make it as sexy as possible because we think the more sexy something is, the better it's going to be. So the idea and the reality is divorced at this point, right? So we have perceptions and conceptions of what things are going to be, and we keep it internal. But it's only until we execute and put it out that we bring it in and we make it external, that we start to promote, and then people actually can start to see us and we actually build some reach and reputation. There's some eyeballs. and people can start to see who we are and what we do. And that's scary because a lot of people go, look, I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of what people think. What if no one turns up to, what if no one responds? What if I don't get any engagement? What if I don't get any clicks? What if people don't respond to my messages? And we what if ourselves into playing small, right? We what if ourselves into staying internal. We what if ourselves into building something that is more internal, and we never build the thing that is external. And so the reality of our situation is that we always stay kind of the same with great ideas that no one knows about. The thing that happens often is that when you promote something, there's usually some kind of interest. And as a result of that interest, we have to look at converting it. And converting it doesn't have to be necessarily it doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be, we could just move people to a call, or you can move people to a chat, right? But whatever the case is, you can talk to people about what it is you're doing and if they would like to come. And if they do, you can come to a webinar and then you can make an offer. And if you make an offer, chances are that a certain amount of people will be interested and a certain amount of people will be committed. They'll want to buy. And if they don't, well, what have we actually lost? We've turned an idea, we've made an offer, we've generated interest, and now all of these things become data that we can use to improve our process because action precedes clarity. Now our ideas have context. Now our ideas have some data that we can use to drive more of the thing that we want, which is to build a business, to earn more income, to make an impact, all of the things that we're really in business for. But ultimately, making money is the goal of business. Without money, you just have a dream or you have a hobby. So we need to turn it into something that is viable. And when you can turn an idea and you're brave enough to make an offer, and when you can make an offer and you get interest, you actually build capability and capacity that takes something that was internal, something that you had thought, you put it in front of people and see how they respond. And based on how they respond, you can invite them to have a chat. And when you invite them to have a chat, or if you want to sell by chat, whatever it is, then you can make an offer to get them to pay $1 or more. And the thing about it is that most people get so scared about being rejected or get scared about not achieving the outcomes that they want that they stay so small that nobody sees them and they actually get what they've designed. And so I just want to share with you quickly just an example here of overcoming procrastination. And as you can see, this was shared 2 hours ago. And Julian, I just want you to read that for a second if you can. But the goal here is really just, you know, putting off hosting webinars, facing fears, delivered one, went out on purpose, took his experience and expertise and turned it into 5 figures. It's scary, half the battle of business is facing the fear of being exposed and putting yourself into the marketplace. But one thing I can guarantee you by putting this together here is that if you don't dare to turn your ideas to oxygenate your ideas, you will never enrich them to make them become something that builds the thing that you want. So listen, if this is a sign for you, if you want to learn how to do some workshops, you can comment workshop below. I'll invite you to the next one we've got, no sweat. But this might be just the call you need today to say, you've got an idea. You've been sitting on that idea for a while. You've been waiting for it to become perfect. You've been waiting for the right time or the right place. And all of the reasons why it won't happen or could happen or should or may or whatever, they're just keeping you passive, keeping you static, and keeping you stuck. So if you need a sign, today's the sign to get up, to get out, and put an offer out there. You might surprise yourself. And you know what? You'll learn something either way. You don't learn anything new by just doing the same old. So get your ideas, turn it into an offer, put it out there, get some interest, and make an impact. And the byproduct of that is you make an income as well. Anyway, want to share that with you. If it was valuable, let me know, and catch you next time. See ya.